Alrighty guys, welcome back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode, we started up Van's route number 5 here in Anchorville, where we went around and completed all the 4 SPGs we have because it's nighttime, and you know Van, he just wants to make his rounds. Unfortunately, we're just trying to get to the bottom of who the vestiges are, and Van had a little bit of an epiphany over how they work, being that they can break the laws of time and space to instantly teleport. Not how anybody else does. I feel like that's not really a shocker, but hey, they got the epiphany and the Sword Hermit went to the east. And so, before we continue with the main story, we have a little stuff to do here in the Grim Garden. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So, we're just gonna hop straight into it. We know how the Grim Garden works at this point. There's no reason to talk anything else about it. There is nothing else for us to do besides beat the domain. We actually, I believe, already have all the fish up to this point. I think. But, well, we might be able to fish. I think we can fish still. Well, hold on. Yeah, new fishing spot's been added. There we go. But we're going to hold off on doing that for a second. So, I don't want to leave yet. I want to get my team set up. So let me do my party lineup real quick. I'd swap people around just due to playing on Kevin's route. But let me see who I want to add onto the team here. Here's the unfortunate thing, guys. I just genuinely, because in the next route, pretty much all my characters are going to be the exact same level because they're going to bring them all up. So whenever we get the next 3 options, we'll be able to play as both Reen, Van, and Kevin, and they're all going to be brought up to level. I just truly don't see a reason to put anyone else on my team. As much as I would love to play as all these characters, they're just underpowered for what we're about to do. And truthfully, I just don't feel like going through and actually trying to get them caught up. So let's just run this team. I think this is going to work out perfectly fine. These guys are all with like plus weapons or just really strong weapons. Rufus is here just so I don't have to use Crow. They serve the exact same purpose. So with that set up, let's go ahead. I want to quickly go ahead and use the Thermate just to make sure we are fully healed. And then let's hop into it. All right, fully healed. Let's do it, shall we? We'll go ahead and conquer the Garden. We unlock, I mean, we're getting very close to the top. I believe there are 10 floors total. We get the 7th one here. I believe we get the 8th one in the next act. The problem is that 9th and 10th would both be in the finale in that case. But here we go, the Rusted Corridor. Let's do it. So our objective here is to hit buff tiles or treasure tiles as well as palms. So let me just go till I get like a decent rotation. Well, this is almost as perfect as I can ask for. Let's go ahead and do it. I will, of course, show off this first one. I'll show off fighting a palm, and then I won't do anything past that. Because we don't have a second route we can go through, we're just going to go ahead and get the S rank right now instead of having to come back later. So let's do it. I'm just going to play this as Reen. I think he's, or not Reen. Well, wish I could play it as Reen. I'm just going to play it as Van. I think he's going to have the best shot at just getting through this. We have to hit foes with quick arts to get off the floor. Hit foes with charge attacks, even though, again, it doesn't matter here. We get the stun, perfect. And then we're just going to EX chain with Kevin. And it doesn't quite kill. We'll just use Van, how he's supposed to be used. There we go. Interesting. This is a brand new type of floor. These are little floating discs. I'm actually going to have to go through... I actually might have to go through a few floors because there's like 7 or 8 new enemies to find here. And I don't know if they're all going to be just right here. I mean, based on what we're seeing now, that's not the case. Let's go ahead and charge attack here. And then EX chain. And then True Azure Sunray. I was going to use somebody else, but no reason to use anyone else whenever there's no one else to be there. I kind of want to use the Awakening. We'll just do it. Oh, I didn't realize he actually becomes the Grendel. I don't think we've actually, I don't think we've used it since we unlocked this. That's sick. Well, I need to get into a fight now, so that way... Oh, I just start in Grendel form. Oh, I had no idea. Okay, well, that's cool. Where was Kevin? That's really sick. I genuinely didn't realize we would just start as the Grendel. That's cool. And then we'll just click A. Get through this last little guy here. So these goblins are the problem. There's 3 different versions of these goblins we gotta find. And I'm just gonna hope they're all here because I don't want to have to go find them all. That's a memento orb. All we gotta do now is use our quick arts. We'll go ahead and turn into the Grendel again. Once again, though, if we get unlucky here, we're just gonna have to hop straight into it. We'll use Grand Rend. And then 1, 2. And just click A to win. Because he's frozen, I don't think he's be able to get a turn here. Oh, he got really lucky. Oh, there we go. And this should be... There we go. That is the floor completed, so I'll go ahead and just... I'm going to, once again, just run around because it's the first door we're on. Do all the enemies here just to make sure we cover all of them. Then I'll see you guys here in a second. Oh, that's an achievement for using Awakening 50 or more times. Nice. Completely lucky there. So I went ahead and finished up this floor. There's a couple enemies left, but we're at all at level 48, which is the level of the boss. So we're really not going to get any more levels past this. The problem, though, is that we're still missing an enemy. And I don't know if that enemy just doesn't spawn yet. Or if it's an enemy that's going to be in the boss fight, because that does happen pretty frequently. But we're still missing some skeletons that we got to defeat, so we'll have to search around for that, but we won't really worry about that until after we finish up the boss here. So these bombs probably won't give us, well, gave us a good amount. We might be able to hit level 49 with the amount of bombs we got to kill going through here, because we're just going to go straight again, grab this. And we'll have one more doorway and then one more palm fight we got to get through, but that should clear our palm objective. Let's go ahead and use True Azure Sunray, switch it to Vandalize Raid. Oh, wow. Well, that actually really sucks. Because I would have just used Kevin if I would have known that wasn't going to full kill, but there we go. That's level 49 for everyone.
What's next?
And I'll just go ahead and go through this door, and I'll see you guys right before we get to the boss fight. All right. That is the bombs right before the boss fight dealt with. So here we go. Win without anybody being KO'd and win within 40 turns. I think this might be a little difficult. We'll see how it goes, though. I'm hoping the final enemy we're missing is here, because I still don't see where that enemy was. It's just like a skeleton. I just haven't seen it.
Getting real tired of fate making us
well,
run into
I know who it's going to be if Jin's talking. Interesting. Well, this is going to be a fun fight, huh? Walter, and the Fool, too. Here we go. So you two are the Seventh Domain's Guardians, huh? Not much of a shock, really, seeing as most everyone else has already made an appearance.
The professor had an empty slot to fill. Wouldn't take no for an answer either. Shit, though. Through Divine Blades, martial artists repping all 3 great schools, a trio of dominions, and Yin herself? Talk about a full house.
Well, when you say it like that, Walter, you're right.
I heard Harwood crawled out of his hole, too. A bit overkill on his part, maybe.
This might be like the strongest lineup of characters we've ever had in a Trails game. Just like in lore.
Which reminds me, kudos to you for managing to outsmart him. I'd also like to volunteer my thoughts on the newest model of... Actually, scratch that. Wouldn't want to spoil anybody now, would we?
Well, gee, ain't you a thoughtful one? Jog my memory. Did we run into Bobby Bellboy here somewhere before? They must have had an encounter with him in Tharbad. Newest model. Oh, that's right. Ship Zero was rolled out only recently.
Well, unlike the professor and Lil Missy, I've got no interest in flapping my gums. So let's get this kill fest on the road already. Hell, I'd be game to take you all on at once.
This man. He's infamous among shadier circles as a ravenous wolf. Huh, fine by me. Knocking some dumb old hothead down a peg sounds like my kind of fun. My father mentioned fighting him face to face.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This all has to stay within the bounds of the game, remember? I'll join the production too, but not as a cast member.
Of course not, Campanella.
Lord's castle as our backdrop, I can up the thrill factor far better as a stagehand.
Oh, well, there's the enemies I was looking for. What? A skeleton horde? They're like the ones that showed up in the Garten, only way stronger. So they are. How very true to form.
No one ever tell you that less is more?
Don't be such a sourpuss. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, gather round. Deep in the demonic castle lost to the mad professor's clutches, a ferocious Lugaru obstructs its 7th domain. With undead legion in tow, he draws near, poised to devour all. What fate will befall our intrepid heroes now?
Isn't a Lugaru like a wolf? Oh, a dire wolf probably, because he's the dire wolf. Would you quit with the dramatic narration? Pseudo respawn routine detected. Be vigilant of enemy revitalizations and resummonings.
So be it. I'll take this opportunity to give you your just desserts for that illusory coup, Walter.
Ha! Come try it, Jin. Once I'm done chowing down, there won't be a scrap left of you.
It's a
And here we go.
Stay on your toes.
So these were the enemies I was looking for. Glad Kevin gets to go first, but we're getting starting with a cast time / post delay, huh? Well, we have to open with a shield surge. We just don't have a choice. And then we have to do... Oh, I don't have enough CP for Stigma release. Uh-oh. I mean, that's fine. I just didn't realize it. Oof. Because now he can. We'll go ahead and... I think our biggest threat here is just Walter. I think we're going to... Excuse me. I didn't do anything yet. That is crazy. We will go ahead and bear the nightmare. And let's do it. Let's do a... Honestly, I think I want to... it's tough. I think I'm going to just focus Walter here with the True Radiant Sunray. Then we can do a limited blaster hitting you guys. Howling Roar can hit all of you. And then we can just do a rapid onslaught at Walter. Did that work? Cool, no, because it... wait, did it hit?
Stay on guard.
Can't tell. Yeah, okay, it definitely did. All right, well, with that, let's go ahead and Avenging Order to do boost recovery. Then we'll go ahead and Shield Surge before we do another Avenging Order. There we go. Oh, I see the problem.
I thought this the last time we met.
The thing is, they're just barely hitting me, and I have to kill at least one in order to get the,
Wait, can everyone stop bringing up my past for 1 damn second?
Is that Kevin? I think it was. We have to kill at least one of these in order to get the, Was Avenging Order what I wanted to use it? Yeah, it was. I gotta get the, like, whatever it's called, the journal entry. So we'll go ahead and Grand Rend here and just hope for the best. Great, I killed at least one. That's all that actually mattered. So now, let's go ahead and Stigma release. And then we can... I don't care about any of these. Let's just target Walter. I missed. That's so unfortunate. Shield Surge. Dude, I missed twice. Am I blinded? Did I miss that? No, I'm not even blinded. I just got unlucky. Okay, well, let's go ahead and... We'll just do this, because it actually doesn't matter. That, Howling Roar, and then Punch Punch. Because here's the thing, if he's just going to keep summoning, it doesn't matter what I do. As long as... as long as we're going to Spear and Lola. Oh, that hits all of them? Oh, that's massive. As long as I keep this Shield Surge up, I'm going to be totally fine. Let's go ahead and do the same thing again. Avenging Order. We only need it once this time. Shield Surge. Well, I probably should do it again. Just to make sure I'm maxed out on SP. Or S Boost. And then I think we can just... use everything again, because I'm going to be able to Grendel immediately here in a second as well. Yeah, because next time we get to Vane's turn, I just Grendel again. Kind of sucks, because what's about to happen is I'm about to get the break on him. Okay, well, he gets the S-break on me, but I still have my shield up, which is good. I'm way past turn 50, or turn 40, as you can see, so we will for sure have to come back in here. I don't know how to beat this guy without... or under turn 40. That's crazy. Okay, well, we will...
Let's end this.
We'll just S break here to hit once, hit twice. I should have used the shield. That's fine. I'm okay for now. And then
This freak's just getting more
shield surge.
He's combined multiple martial arts forms into one.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about him casting here, because you can't stop him, because he's not technically in the fight. Like, you can't target him with anything, so that's fine. I thought he was just get summoned again. All right, Van, let's do it. To the nightmare. Man, we might actually have to hop in here to get the S rank next route, just because
So many choices, so
I have to beat it in 40 turns or less. We got the stun, which is amazing. We should immediately... No, I thought we were going to immediately get it. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm not going to waste this opportunity, so... EX chain, which kind of sucks, because I would prefer Rufus use his ability, but we have to do this. Get as much damage on the field as possible. And then Ren, do the same thing. There we go. It is unfortunate, but we do what we gotta do. We'll go ahead and Spear of Ur and Loa for big damage. The S breaks, but that's fine. Good stuff. We're still okay. And then Shield Surge, followed by the exact same combo once again. And this should be enough to kill Walter. There we go. Dang, that's so unfortunate that I didn't get it in under 40 turns. We're level 52, man.
Seems about right. I'm a long way behind father yet.
I always love this. Oh, it's so cool. Impressively done. You can feel the heat even from here. Goes to show how much blood and sweat they've put into themselves.
Well, there's a buzzkill. Seems that was just enough to net you the win. I was hoping to squeeze a little more fun out, but we'll just have to leave it at that for now.
No matter how real it feels, this place ain't no death trap. Just a watered-down sham of one.
You already went to the trouble of coming here. Least you can do is leave us with one piece of intel. I concur. A complimentary preview of what you have in store for tomorrow, for instance.
Always scrambling to come out on top. How's this, then? Tomorrow is the last effective day of the bilateral non-intervention pact between the Society and the Presidential Office. So as far as that goes, I don't plan on making any moves in particular.
President Gramhart's agreement with Ouroboros? So the rumors really were true. The question is, what exactly they're mutually staying out of? Different circumstances, same clowns. With so many disparate agendas in the mix, clarity on the matter is at something of a premium.
Little side note. I'm as off the leash and left to my own devices as Lucrezia is. So a few of you just might end up clashing against me someplace or another. Best be ready to go all the way when the big moment arrives.
Can we just not and say we did? No offense, but I'd rather stay as far away from you as possible for the rest of my life. I see. So he too is...
All told, the professor seems to be losing sleep toiling around the clock backstage. So keep the codger company tomorrow, won't you? Provided it doesn't interfere with things front stage.
Catch you later. We'll brawl till we drop in the real world next time.
Guardians vanquished. Grim Garden, 7th domain. Liberation secured.
And there we go. Unfortunately, did not get that win within 40 turns completed. So we will have to do it again later. There's a B rank, which means because we're going to come back and do it later, I'll probably just have to do it in the next set of routes because 40 turns is brutal. I think I just need characters to be stronger and have better equipment. I think that means we're unfortunately just not going to go ahead and run it again right now, just because we're going to have to run it again eventually. So here we are back in the Sanctum. We can go ahead and pick this quest up. This is essentially one of those quests where, oh, that's where this one's going to come in. But there we go. There's a quest added to our to-do list. That's essentially just running through a previous area. We've done that before. For now, let's go ahead and make sure we actually throw down our fishing save because we're going to hop into the Epstein workshop. We're going to go to equipment. Oh, could I have... Oh. Oh, I could have upgraded, like, everyone. Maybe I should have checked this first, because I forgot that we were on Van's route. That's fine. It happens. Let's go ahead and do items. We can go ahead and pick up... let's just pick up, like, 20 of these. 20 of these. We're actually, like, almost done with fishing, so that's definitely way too much that I did not have to buy there. But that's fine.
Thank you very much.
And then, let's do it, shall we? We're going to go ahead and go to the Grim Arena, do Fishing Simulator, and go to the Pelagic Reefs. We are going to get every fish we're missing. There's actually only 3. Well, there's 4 fish we're missing, but we're going to get 3 of those 4 right here, meaning we will only have 1 more fish after that, and typically when that happens, that is associated with a side quest. So, from here, we can go ahead and I'm just trying to get my bearings here. There should be a couple fishing spots around here. Some of them won't have anything new, some of them will. So this one doesn't have anything new for us. There should be one.
That's a lot of fish.
Should be another one over here. Right here.
There's quite a lot of fish here.
This one is one of the ones we need. Unfortunately, this is going to be a tough one to get. So let's go ahead and start fishing, shall we? Well, that's the fish we want. But that's only a B rank. So... it's the Misericord, so let's go ahead and keep... Oh, that's so unfortunate. We have to use deluxe dumplings now. And we can't save in here. All right, let's see how many this takes, shall we? Oh my god, I got it. That took like 10 minutes. I had to start refreshing. You can see I only have 5 dumplings. I had to start loading saves because I couldn't just keep doing the big dumplings, the deluxe dumplings. I was going to be broke. Or I was just going to be getting the same fish over and over and over and over and over again.
May I help you?
There's a Marisicord, or whatever it's called. The fish we're missing. So go ahead and throw another save down. And then we're going to hop right back in once again.
Welcome.
The Grim Arena, Fishing Simulator, Pelagic Reefs. And this time from spawn, we're going to look over here to the right. And I believe it's this one right here. Has another thing we can catch. But I believe this is the exact same boat we were just on, where... once you catch it the first time, that's the only one that counts. And then you're going to have to refresh, or oh, this is definitely the new one because it's going fast. I'm actually used to doing the fishing on speed up. So whenever I can't, I know it's the new fish.
Chalk one up.
Well, that's not the new fish. Well, that right there is the fish we were looking for. That is the first Grand Bream I fished up. I had to restart and go buy more dumplings in order to get them. There we go. And it is the Grand Bream caught. Let's go ahead and really quickly return, make one more save, and hop right back in to get the final fish we can get. So, back in the fishing spot, we're going to turn around and go down this way. And at the end, we will have another fishing spot right here with our final big catch we got to try to get. It seems like it's actually pretty good odds with fishing bait. We're going to try the dumplings again. Let's do it. Well, unfortunately, that's the fish we need first try, but we need it to be A rank, and looks like we have the same problem we did last time, where now it has a less chance of being caught. I'm going to try fishing bait a couple times before I have to reload, but we'll see how long it takes. Oh, thank God. This was like a 15... I'm not even joking. This was like a 15-minute fish. I had to reset like 3 or 4 times to get it. Holy. But... there we go. We can go check our fishing journal. We have 27 A-rank fish, 27 fish caught. As you can see, there is only 1 more fish for us to get. We can't get it just yet. Honestly, I would probably guess, if I had to, that is most likely a quest-related fish. Typically it is. In a lot of the Trails games, in order to catch that last fish, you need to complete a quest that is only unlocked if you've caught every other fish. There we go. That is that done. Let's go ahead and quickly use the Therme because we're going to be hopping back into to do the 5th domain bounty quest.
Nice and...
so let's do it. Let's go ahead and run up here. And this one is in the 5th domain. So we'll go ahead and just hop over. Yeah, there we go. Completed. Which one was the 5th? It was 3rd, 4th, 5th. Oh, wow. That actually is really close. We'll go ahead and just teleport over.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. As Van just said, I should probably make a save just in case. Because if I die here, I probably won't die. I just don't want to have to lose my fishing progress I just made. So let's throw this save down just in case. And let's do it. Looks like we got some demi-grendels up ahead. Is it just a demi-grendel fight? I guess so. I mean, it shouldn't really be that bad. But, I mean, yeah, especially if we get instant kills immediately. Holy. Let's just... Avenging Order. And then Kevin can Stigma release. And then Spear of Urenloa. Yep. And then punch that one. And then Van just bears the nightmare. And I think we just win right here. Because we go... Regal. Oh no, I'm going to have to use the Azure Sunray. And then Howling Roar. Limited Blaster. And punch. It didn't kill. I'm actually surprised. I wonder if my attacks missed. That is like the only thing that makes sense there. A duel for rule. Hitting this thing. Wow. This thing has a lot of HP. Holy. I thought Rufus was at least going to get a kill there. Maybe a break. Wow. I'm genuinely surprised that we're taking this much damage. Let's go Shield Surge. And then just... Oh, they're healing. Oh, they're for sure healing from this. That is wild. We might actually have to retry this. That's crazy. Because we give that, sure. But, like, can we outpace this damage? I don't know. Let's just hope we don't get stopped here. Okay, cool. Then we get reverted, and then... Wow, this is terrible. Wow. He is still only at half HP. I might have to bring in Reen for this fight. Which actually really sucks because Reen is not strong enough. But the reason I might have to bring Reen is because he can get rid of their buffs. Let's see here. Let's go Duel for Rule or Avenging Order. And then punch you. Like, how much is he about to heal? He just healed like half his HP, man. How do I beat that? Oh my god, how do I beat this? I don't think I do. I think I just lost. We'll bear the nightmare, but like... I'm genuinely not confident we win this. True Radiant Sunray, Limited Blaster, Howling Roar, Rapid Onslaught. Let me Shield Surge real quick. Rapid Onslaught, True Radiant Sunray, Limited Blaster, Howling Roar. Like, even using the Grendel, everything with the Grendel, we didn't kill there. That's why I'm like, that's crazy. Stigma Release, Spears of Urenloa. Okay, we got rid of one of them, but this one just heals back up again. Let's go Shield Surge again. I'm actually gonna duel for rule here. Okay, we get the stun. Okay, we might be able to recover from this. That was just crazy, man. One of the biggest problems now, though, is that these buffs are not going away. Which one gets rid of buffs? Zillion Impact. So we'll open with that. Yeah, the fact that he was just able to heal half his HP, I genuinely thought we lost there for a second. There we go. We get Cetus Phantasma. 5th domain bounty completed. And there we go. I did not include that within 40 turns. That is crazy. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter. But there we go. With that done, we'll go ahead and quickly do the Thermae one more time just to heal up my team. But we won't get into any more fights basically till we're in the final section of this this route here. So now all we got left to do is to view our new memory here in Grim Garden. And then we got to progress the main story a little bit, and I'm going to try to view at least 2 of the 3 connection events this episode. So let's go ahead and view that new Memento Orb. Is this going to be a fully voiced one? Because I love when we get the fully voiced ones. Oh, wow. Meeting the Zemurian Mines. I'm seeing some characters in there. I mean, I can't say anymore that it's been so long since we've seen characters, since we are getting the Trails in the Sky remakes. But these are characters that we have not seen since the Trails in the Sky games. 14 years ago, an international meeting known as the Pan-Zemurian Intellectual Forum was held. It was organized by an NGO called the International Cooperation Organization, the ICO. Despite being new, they attracted many notable attendees. All 3 of Epstein's disciples joined: Professor Russell of Liberal, Professor Schmidt of Erebonia, and Professor Hamilton of Calvard. Also in attendance were Dean Collins, an accomplished scholar from Liberal, and Mr. Alfred Herschel, director of Erebonia's Imperial Museum. The conference also attracted numerous experts from across the fields of both the humanities and the sciences. Its goal was an open discussion on how developing technology and international relations would affect Zemuria in the years to come. However, the event didn't conclude without some amount of drama.
I can't believe you'd have the audacity to propose such a thing, Gerhard. Were you not satisfied by all the orbital tanks you've made, or the new line of heavy tanks you're already developing?
You've no grounds to criticize me for that, Russell. Or are you going to claim you weren't the first one to militarize airships? What's more, I'm told you're working with the Foundation on your own radical new airship design. Not that I expect it to amount to much.
Professor Russell, Professor Schmidt, please let us get back to the matter at hand. I'm sure both your countries have their reasons, but this is neither the time nor the place for such things.
Agreed. It's important that we discuss these matters from a place of understanding, or rather from a place of wisdom. Otherwise, we risk finding ourselves at the mercy of an increasingly tempestuous world.
Yes, we mustn't lose sight of the most important thing here. Humanity as a whole. Just as the stars shift about the heavens, so too do the hearts of men. The foundation we sit upon will always remain the same. Ah, yes, you're both right. No matter how much technology may evolve, we must never forget that its ultimate goal is in service to humanity.
On that, at least, we agree. However, the technological singularity will arrive before long. Though it's not ready for practical application just yet, orbital computation is clearly one of the fastest developing fields in technology right now.
On top of that, networking technology will undoubtedly begin to connect cities and even the entire continent. When that happens, it will change not only society, but how people live. All the more reason we need to be clear on the purpose behind our work.
I agree. I'm sure there will come a time when we'll have to ask ourselves all over again. What is man?
An important question. Not only from a philosophical perspective, but also from a socio-political one. I suggest we revisit the topic this afternoon.
What utter foolishness! Why can't you see that shackling yourselves to such tepid ideas will only hinder true progress? The singularity. We've no need to sit here wringing our hands over it. What we should be doing is hastening its arrival. The artificial intelligence born from such potential could easily evolve on its own to reach a level of knowledge on par with the goddess. And if we humans are swallowed up by it, that simply means we were never worthy in the first place, now doesn't it?
What are you saying?
How dare you?
You certainly have some interesting insights. Just who are you?
The man whose knowledge rivaled that of Epstein's 3 disciples tried to argue with the attendees, despite the organizers' attempts to stop him. As he continued to lob spurious claims, the group brought up reasonable arguments to counter each one. Eventually, after a strong reprimanding from security, the man clicked his tongue in irritation and let out one last outburst before he left.
Fine then. Continue your pointless discussion. Talk all you like. Everything will play out just as Professor Epstein intended. Until you realize that, you'll just be going around in circles.
Then, having withdrawn from the debate, the mysterious man seemingly vanished in a split second while the security guard was distracted. The forum was a great success and led to many fruitful discussions. Despite being a one-time event, its impact was felt far and wide. However, the identity of the strange man was never determined. As such, his statements were stricken from the record. Meaning of the Zemurian Mind's End? Of course, that is the professor from Ouroboros, as we know. But, there we go. That is all of our stuff in the, Grimgarten, at least for now. Could I hop back in there and go get the S rank? Probably. But I'm going to hold off just till we're a little bit stronger to make it a little bit easier for us. Now, when we get to the, I think, 10th and final floor, that's when I might have to either do a little bit of grinding or just make sure my team is completely optimized. So with that, we're actually almost done with everything we can do here. We're going to go ahead and start progressing the main story a little bit. So we're going to start by talking to Jack and Hallie right here. Hey, got here before you. Man, it's a crying shame this place doesn't serve alcohol. Oh no, whatever will we do? Anyway, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for making the trek from Tharbad. I was pretty surprised hearing you two were coming all the way out here. What? You squander all your mira at Tharbad's casino and come to beg for more? I'm not that shameless. Ugh, cheeky little... we stumbled upon some fascinating pieces of intel, fresh off the grapevine in Tharbad. Seemed related to what you guys are looking into, so we thought we'd come pass it on. Oh? Let's hear it. So there's a strong possibility the agave we found underneath the hospital was sent from Tharbad after all. Yeah, the likelihood is pretty high. A little while ago, we got word that an unmarked shipment was sent from somewhere around the Tharbad area via a roundabout route. It was all so thoroughly covered up, we had no idea what was even in the shipment, let alone who sent it. We had our feelers out because of an unrelated investigation, so it was just a coincidence that we happened to pick up on this. Still, can't believe it was connected to that AD group. I know, and somehow it got boosted by the white replica too. It turned back to green after everything was said and done, but I never thought it could do something like that. Only we could have relayed this to you sooner. No, even if we had. Seems like there's something else that's bugging you guys. You could say that. The agave was apparently something Almada ferreted out and used for their own nefarious ends. The CID and Elsheim's royal family thoroughly suppressed reports on the discovery of the drug's ingredients. These people know of it and are using it like Almada did. Just who the hell are these people? An apt question to be sure. I feel like those masked people know way more about what's going on behind the scenes than they should. Incidentally, drug refinement and ingredient extraction aren't easy processes to replicate, but clearly they have some means of accomplishing it. They definitely have some backdoor dealings going on, that's for sure. You guys look like you're raring to get in on the action. Mind if we rely on those keen informant senses of yours? Anytime, you can leave it to us. We've heard about what you guys are looking into too. We'll also be sharing what we learn with Bermati as we continue investigating stuff on our end. If we catch anything on our net, we'll be sure to share the spoils. And the last place we need to head to before we have to do the connection events, because anything after this will in fact lock us out of all of our optional content, is to run over to the Bracer Guild. Backups arrived and they're already on the move. Even if it won't be until tomorrow, it's reassuring that you're coming as well. I truly appreciate it. Guess that takes care of that, huh? In that case, we just have to hold down the fort until then. Though now that means Edith's going to be undermanned during a critical time. Yes, Hazel and Jin have already discussed that particular issue with me. It may create a temporary delay in response times, but I don't think we need to worry about the capital. For real? Well, that's a relief. Well, there were a few conditions that came with this exchange. But as the saying goes, can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Hey, sorry to barge in like this. I was hoping we could do a little info swap. I know secret keeping you here. Said the ultimate keeper of secrets. You're from the capital's main branch, aren't you? Yeah, with the ongoing crisis in Anchorville, they sent me here as backup. In my case, I'm on loan from the Longlie branch, but I was originally meant to help the Edith folks. It's not important, though. I heard you exposed a dirty little secret tucked away in the hospital's underground, Spriggan. I imagine you must have a great deal of interesting things to share, given your recent trials. I'd be all too happy to listen to anything you're willing to tell me, and I can offer some of our own info in return. And that about sums up what happened in the belly of the underground facility. Though FYI, the whole organic and nanomachine bit is still just a working theory at this point. Well, that helps put a few things into perspective. I appreciate you informing us of this, Mr. Arkwright. As for us, we're currently summoning some of the most proficient bracers from the capital and other places. Our joint investigation with the police regarding the hospital is also making headway, and the police are also calling in considerable reinforcements. Now that we've learned that the group is operating in the city, it's no surprise the police are gearing up big time. Wow, allocating so many resources to this is a fairly momentous decision. However, the fact the capital was calling for aid from this region only a few days ago should mean they were short on personnel. In light of that, I find it surprising they would send so many bracers to this city. Don't worry, I don't believe there's any need for concern. In any event, the Guild is making the final deployment preparations in advance of the launch tomorrow. The timing of many things appears to be lining up quite well. Huh? Either way, since we can't rely on Jin, I think this is the best contingency plan we've got. Wait, what's going on with Jin? Is he occupied with something? I don't have the full story myself, just a few bits and pieces. We only know that Guild HQ and Lemon decided to send him elsewhere. I imagine he is en route to his destination as we speak. That means Elaine's the only well-known bracer in Edith right now. Maybe these are the conditions of the exchange Legato mentioned a few minutes ago. Okay, cool. Thanks for bringing us up to speed. Seems like there'll be a lot of familiar faces among the fresh batch of bracers that's on the way. That'll make things easier. It's true that you guys have come in clutch for everyone in atypical scenarios like this one. And that way, I'm glad we have you here to lend us a hand. And a fist or two if need be. Not to mention your invaluable intelligence. To that end, you have our thanks for what you've given us today. I apologize that we could not offer something of equivalent value in return. Nah, getting the lowdown of the guild situation is a fair trade. Looking forward to doing business with you in the future, Mr. Former A ranker. Van, your cipher's ringing. Why does it sound so weird, though? I thought my game was crashing. Looks like two people are trying to call me at the same time. Marduk and Jack, huh? Might be better to answer both at once.
Sup, Van? Wait, we call you at the same time as Marduk or something? Well, whatever. We managed to drag some info out of a few people just now. Sounded like stuff you might want to know.
You two do quick work. We've been doing some digging around on our end, too.
I fear it may be unwise to communicate our findings over Zypha, however.
Well, why don't we all meet up then? You're over at that Chat Noir place, right?
La Noix de Chat Noir. That's the name on the sign. This should give us a good chance to compare notes, too. Alright, sounds like a plan. We'll meet up when we're ready for a break. Feel free to head over before us. Got it. Thanks. I think I'll just stop by Shino's to grab a mojito before... Get a move on already. She's got him well trained, I see. Never a dull moment with those two. Anyway, you'll probably find us on the first floor when you get here. Need to refuel, you know? We'll be ready to brief you as soon as you arrive. Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Exchange intel at Chat Noir has been added to the travel list. However, it will conclude your nighttime rounds and cause the main story to advance. That means you will literally not be able to do anything. You'll be locked into essentially the ending of the game. So, before we do that, of course, we do have some Connect events to watch. My goal is to try to get through at least 2 of these. We'll see if we get through all 3. Let's go ahead and start with Fairy. I don't really like spending time with Fairy, but it is needed to get the 100% here. Well, you have to view all of them to get 100%, but to get all the foods, you have to view hers. I'm sorry for being so selfish when you're still open. Please, it's nothing. Orders have slowed down anyway. I've prepared all the ingredients you asked for, so use them however you'd like. Thank you very much. Wow, these pistachios are super high quality. And look how many walnuts and hazelnuts there are. What was it I'm supposed to start with again? Let's see. Umi always started with what? What's all that? Wait, are you making baklava? Oh, hi Van. You can tell? Pretty obvious, seeing as you've got nuts and everything you need to make pie crust. Erda, I had no idea. No idea that you could make baklava, the Central East's famous traditional pastry. Princess Jita got me addicted a few months ago, and let me tell you, it's impossible to track him down in the capital. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? How could you keep this from me? I wouldn't go as far as saying I can make it. I just used to help out a little back when Umi made some. When I thought back on it, I got the urge to try and make some myself. But I don't really know where to start without Umi. Mind if I help then? I've looked up recipes and cooking tips for it a bunch of times. Combine that with your memories, and I bet we could take a decent stab at it. I'd love your help. Hell yeah, first we gotta do the prep. Well, I'll be. I guess I shouldn't be surprised you know what you're doing, seeing as you helped out at home and all. Cooking it for real is totally different beast. You're even doing the dough from scratch. That's how we always did it back home. In the Central East, making the dough for baklava is something we've got to learn for when we get married. When Umi got engaged to Abi, she practiced really hard. I guess now that you've finished your adornment ceremony, this is the perfect time for you to start practicing, huh? Alright, I'm gonna grind these nuts. Thanks. The dough's nice and heavy now, too. Next up, we gotta spread the ground nuts evenly on the dough. Then we put another layer of dough on top of that and cut into it. After we've spread melted butter over the surface, we put it into the oven and get to work on the syrup while it cooks. There's so much to do. The oven, what's preheating? Calm down, Fairy. You've got to get your head in this game. This is just a trial we must overcome to attain the pinnacle of sweet flavor. Van? Fairy? What are you two doing in the kitchen? There we go. It should take around 20 minutes to bake. Wow, it already smells so good. It's not going to explode or anything, is it? No, it'll be fine. Thanks, Agnes. Helps to have a pie pro in the kitchen. It's not exactly the same recipe, but I did bake with my mom all the time when I was little. Now, has the syrup finished boiling? This doesn't look like enough. You're imagining things. Just how much did you sample? I told you not to have too much. My bad, I'll make more. And finally, that looks so good. It's finished. We did it. Wow, the pistachio smells so good. I can't believe I made something like this. This is your family's recipe, right? Doesn't it look just incredible, Van? Yeah, not often you get to have freshly baked baklava. No time like the present. Let's get everyone together and have ourselves a pastry party. Right. I'll prepare some tea. Soon, they gathered all their friends and some local children, and everyone enjoyed some delicious baklava. The phyllo is so crunchy. All the crushed nuts packed inside are simply divine. But the true star is how the pistachio blends beautifully with the sweet syrup throughout the whole pastry. This right here is a true slice of the Central East, the stuff of legends. I'm glad you are all enjoying it. But even with Agnes's helping out, it's definitely not as good as a real chef would make. Don't sell yourself short, Fairy. Even amateur cooking has its own sort of charm. Not to mention the satisfaction of cooking it yourself is its own secret spice. Now then, have you collected your thoughts? I can't hide anything from you, can I? Umi once told me that baking can help you clear your mind. She was right. I think this helped me figure some things out. This is about that soldier woman we fought earlier. Even if you put her aside her unfamiliar equipment, it was clear she was really skilled. Maybe even as good as my brother. Can't imagine why a Jaeger would hide their face and name if they were that skilled. No one in the Red Constellation or Zephyr matches her description, that's for sure. And the one person who might have isn't with us anymore. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Yeah, I had no idea someone like her existed. Someone with her skills. Someone who can devote themselves so much to their mission while still fighting fair. The world really is vast. Huh, and here I thought you were worried about her. I take it I'm off the mark. Huh, it's just, I learned all too well how important it is to think things through during the last incident. I'm not just going to suddenly be as strong as my brother, or that soldier. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to fight when I next encounter her. I've been racking my brain about it this whole time. How am I going to bring all my strengths together to face her? My skills cultivated as a warrior of the Kruga. The new shard techniques I've been learning, and all my friends at Arkwright Solutions? Huh. So you've been looking forward this whole time. Might be a bit dangerous to have warfare on the brain while baking sweets though, if I'm being honest. Hope you didn't accidentally mix gunpowder into the dough or anything. Give me a little more credit than that. I focused on what I was doing.
Of course, I am curious about that woman. About who she is. Still, that's not the most important thing right now. Not now that we know it's threatening Anchorville. I can ask her all the questions I want after I've disarmed her. And that should help us learn more about the vestiges, too. Van? What's wrong? You're looking at me funny.
Nah, I just didn't expect this. I was thinking this back during your adornment ceremony, too. But you've really grown up. And you got this far not just because you're a warrior, because you've walked your own path, Farida. Someone like me who works in the shadows and runs away from the things I need to face. You're a real inspiration.
I've still got a long way to go. I've got work to do if I want to be able to hold my head up high in front of my brother, Ubby, or that woman. I know all this stuff is still going on, but I hope you'll continue to look out for me.
Of course. I knew she was maturing, but she's definitely surpassed my expectations. By the way, I noticed you made a whole other massive baklava. Let's say we cut that one up too. It looked incredible.
Sorry, but I'm sending that one back to everyone in the Jaeger Corps. Chloe's already helped me arrange for it to be shipped.
No, really? Wait. Didn't you say something about learning to make baklava being domestic training back in the Central East?
Yeah, that's right. But I didn't want it to show up unannounced, so I already got in touch with Ubby earlier on my...
Van Arkwright, I believe I already warned you. Am I to assume this is exactly what it looks like?
Ah, you moved too fast. Despite his mounting panic, Van managed to clear up the misunderstanding with Hassan, prolonging his life for another day. Then, after finishing his work, they all returned to... Or after finishing the baklava, they all returned to work. And for that, we get the baklava recipe, as well as, I think, the actual food itself that we can quickly eat. So we don't actually need the recipe, because I think... no, we do? I thought that was going to count. Go to gourmet real quick. Home cooking. It would be Fairy who can make it. Okay, no, we do have to make it. I thought it might have come pre-made, but we'll just make that real quick. And then we can just eat it just to get that one done. And that's rank 27. There we go. And we have at least time for one more connection event. Let's go ahead and do Judith's. Probably should have opened with Judith's next episode, but that's fine. Come now, you really don't have to help out when you've got so much else going on. I'm not forcing myself to do anything I don't want to do, Mom. Honestly, everything else I've got going on is why I want to do some deliveries. You might notice something. Besides, there's someone I want to check on. Ah, I see. Him. Well then, I suppose I'll have to accept your aid. Just try not to mess it up. It's been a while since you've done deliveries. I'll be fine! Jeez, you're such a worrywart. If you say so. Haven't I heard that 100 times before? Well, I wish you the best of luck. Oh, Didn't see you come in. Yo, heading out? Talk about perfect timing. I am, and you're coming with me. Lucky me. Well, I did hear you ladies talking. Gotta admit, I'm kind of curious about what's going on around your hometown, so I'll join you. Phew, that's the 4th delivery. Just one left. Guess I shouldn't be surprised your mom's place is so popular, but I'd have thought there'd be some tourists. Clientele seems mostly local. Yeah, we never did make a point of advertising that the bar was run by a famous person after all. Grammy liked to say that if we relied on our fame to get customers, we'd lose sight of what's really important. Huh, smart woman. I take it you haven't helped out like this in a while? I've been pretty busy the last few years, you know. And whenever I do get a chance to come back home, it's never for very long. Still, I like to help when I can. Gives me a chance to catch up with the community. But enough chit-chat. How about we get a move on? I love the nighttime music in the Daybreak series. The Daybreak arc. Let's see. The last delivery is for Herman. I'm worried about him. What's his deal? He's an older fellow from the neighborhood who's always been nice to me, even back when I was just a little munchkin. I think he was even friends with my dad when he was younger, so we go back a long ways. It's just, he's getting on in his years and his brain's starting to go. Figured this would be the perfect chance to check on him. What is it? Nah, just... I don't think you've ever mentioned your dad before. Made it a point not to pry, but is he... Oh yeah, no, he's totally alive and well. He's not married to Mom, but he always drops by at least once a year. Oh, is that right? My bad. I've heard relationships like that aren't uncommon in showbiz. So, does your old man work in entertainment too? Yeah, he's a scriptwriter. Still working too. And Herman used to be a novelist, which is how the two of them got to know each other. Mom was still acting back then, so since they both had their own sources of income, they probably didn't think there was a reason to get married. I suppose our other job might have prevented them from tying the knot. I don't know how much Dad knows, but I think he's come to terms with the situation. I see. Suppose that works out for your mom, as both a performer and as Grimcat. Exactly. I know our family's kind of unique, but at the end of the day, he's still my dad and super important to me. Now then, enough about him. Let's get this last delivery done. Herman, it's Judith from La Nuit de Chat Noir. I have a delivery for you. Doesn't seem like he's in. I wonder what's up. Heard he's been found wandering at night lately. Kind of worried. Sounds like we'd better sniff him out. Didn't you come here because you were concerned? True enough. Let's hurry and find him. When older folks like him start wandering around, they usually go to places they used to frequent. Or so I've heard. Better start with the river then. Back in the day, he used to go fishing there while writing notes for all of his latest projects. Hey, is that the guy? Whoa, hold up, he's about to... I didn't expect you to use your powers like that. Good thing nobody spotted you. To toot my own horn, but I move pretty quick. Which can lead to you making plenty of mistakes, too. You are so annoying. Look, everything's fine, so I sweat the details. More importantly, Herman, are you alright? You were about to walk straight into the river. Oh my. Is that you, Judith? Oh, you're all grown up. Is your acting career going well? What are you saying, Herman? I just saw you last year. Never mind. I'm just glad you're okay. Is this old-timer really not going to comment on our weird getup? Anyhow, I brought your food. Do you remember ordering this? Of course I do. The pie from your place is just the best. I felt bad about having it delivered, so I was going to head over to the restaurant to pick it up myself. Well, you really didn't need to do that. Now come on, let's get you home, Herman. After making sure the old man got home safely, the two finished their deliveries. And then returned to La Nuit de Chat Noir, where Chloe provided them with a few drinks as thanks. You did well considering it's been a while since you've run deliveries, Judith. Thanks for helping out, Van. Here, Judith, your favorite herbal tea. Some of our special hot cocoa for you, Van. Oh, thanks, Mom. Don't be afraid to ask me for help with stuff, you know? I swear, you really do get ahead of yourself. As you can see, my daughter can be a bit rash, so I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye on her. Hey now, your daughter's been saving my butt. Watching out for her is the least I can do.
Seriously, Mom? He doesn't need to keep an eye on me. She makes it sound like you're my babysitter.
Let's not pretend you can't be a huge headache. And even if you weren't, you've still practically moved into Montmartre at this point.
I mean, you're not wrong. To be honest, I didn't think I'd be sticking around for so long.
That makes two of us. But I guess it's thanks to you that I've met people in showbiz. Thanks to that, all's well that ends well, eh?
Oh, please. Don't act like you're not secretly stoked that you're friends with a movie star.
You do realize you're talking about yourself, right? But seriously, when I think back on it, the way you live your life has saved my ass a bunch of times. Which is to say, you got my thanks.
How nice. You're being honest for a change. But look, the reason I'm here now, the reason I'm who I am today, it's thanks to you. I've never really teamed up with anyone as Grimcat before, and honestly, you guys are why it's going so well.
Everything's give and take, huh? Guess it's a little late to be realizing that, though. Anyhow, I'll be counting on you as usual, Judith.
Likewise. Even if my whole family has somehow gotten involved, here's to our continuing partnership, Van.
And so after once again affirming the odd bond they shared, they returned to their respective evenings in Anchorville. That's so what I find very interesting is like Judith is, besides Elaine, probably the like best match for Van. And I think she is like the only character that not only doesn't flirt with Van, but also is like, it's not even implied that, because like sometimes like Fairy doesn't do anything, but like her dad, you know, says things. But if we even go look at our party, well, I actually can't view everybody. But like, I guess I could view Grimgarten. Like Ren flirts with Van. Nadia doesn't, but that's because of S. Risha doesn't, but that's because of Lloyd. But also people made the jokes of like, better be careful or I'll tell Lloyd. Shizunu does. Fee does, kind of. Fee more so flirts with Reen, but Celis doesn't, but that's because of the whole Leon thing. And she's never really around Van. Altina doesn't count. Agnes does. Elaine does. Rosette does. Fairy has things said about her. And then you have Amelia. There's just other characters. And it's like Judith, the girl that's basically Van's age. Just nobody ever makes comments about it whatsoever. Now, I know it's going to go a little bit longer, but it's going to go a little bit longer next episode too. So let's just go ahead and view our final event real quick. We'll do Rosette's, just because I don't care about Catres. I would have, honestly, I don't know if I would have chosen Fairy or Catre if I had the option. Oh yes, you must be the ones who reached out. Pardon the intrusion. Sorry about reaching out in the middle of the night. Please, think nothing of it. The doors of the Septian Church are always open. And if this is an ailment of the heart, then it's best dealt with sooner rather than later. Please, tell me all about what ails you. I figured starting with Rosette would be kind of boring next episode, just because I'm not a big fan of Rosette, and voicing her is tough. Like, it's not hard, it's just like, she's so soft-spoken and monotone. I see. Your body freezes under specific conditions. The first thing that comes to mind is PTSD. Psychological trauma, huh? But I have no memories of your past, I recall. But though your memories might escape you, they are rarely lost in their entirety. Even if you cannot recall them, they remain in your consciousness, affecting your body and mind. Sounds to me like what you are feeling is a deep-seated fear that you once experienced in your past. A deep-seated fear. So, anything she can do about it? Not as such, no. If she suffered only from memory loss, perhaps, but psychological trauma requires careful treatment. Normally, your only option would be to consult a professional and undergo months of the therapy. Normally, you say. Do you mean I have another option? Rosette? Freezing up in fear in our line of work could be fatal. As Arkwright Solutions concierge, I cannot afford to hold them back. Please, can't you tell me what I need to do so I can prepare for the future? I wouldn't normally recommend this. There is something we can try, if you insist. It's thaumaturgy, isn't it? I've seen it used a few times before. If I recall, its effects are brought about through prayer, and some consider it to be a more natural, fundamental form of orbal arts. Yes, though the general public is largely unaware of thaumaturgy's existence. By using it on the unconscious mind, one can summon forth old memories. However, in cases of deep psychological trauma, there is a risk of making those wounds worse. If you still wish, I do. Please. Rosette. I am sorry for being selfish, but I have to do this. If thaumaturgy can lead to some kind of improvement, I could not ask for more. And I know that no matter what, you'll be there for me, Mr. Arkwright. He can be strong-willed in the wildest ways. But I guess you'd have to be working with me all this time. Thank you. Father, if you would. All right, but if things look dangerous, I will stop immediately. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Space's golden glow, consciousness's silver glow. Call to heed the fragments of this woman's memory from the depths of their suppression.
Jeez, you're always leaving such a mess.
Cut me some slack, honey. Look, I even brought you something.
Oh my gosh, monster meat! Look! Why, this must be a blessing of the goddess. Give it here, I'll cook it right up. They're close!
Die! I'll keep them at bay.
Is Rosette from the future? Rosette, deep breaths. Are you all right? I honestly, that was pretty scary just watching. Why? They were... You appear to be drained. I'm sorry to have put you through something so frightening. It would be dangerous to dig deeper. Let us call it a day for now. Yeah. After Rosette calmed down, they gave their thanks to the bishop and left the church. But they made a stop before heading back to the rest of the group. I just have a crazy idea. I want to, just quickly before we get into this, before we keep reading this. Rosette, the theory is that those creatures are from the future. Rosette clearly was probably that little girl, whatever it was, that it's implied that those things attacked her family and probably killed her family and traumatized her. But if they're from the future, then the Rosette's from the future. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because you remember the waitress that resembled Rosette, but she was like, no, I'm an only child. What if that's Rosette's mom in the future? And the reason that they, obviously don't know each other and aren't siblings is because they're not. That's her mom. But, 10 years from now. That's crazy. Thank you for waiting. Are you sure you're all right? Just let me know if you're unwell. Here, take your time. Yeah, thanks a bunch. Feeling any better? Yes, thank you. Aren't you going to ask about the memories I saw? Without Mirabelle around? Nah, I'd feel bad. He's the one who's been invested in your past since the beginning. I do not think she would mind. To be completely forthcoming, none of the details were concrete. Not where I was, the situation I was in, or who was accompanying me. However, at the end there is no doubt that I felt a wave of terror. I believe that to be the source of my trauma, the memory that causes me to shrink in fear. And yet, the one I witnessed before it was full of warmth, full of voices that seemed familiar, and a great weight. I apologize, you must be completely bewildered. Hey, don't worry about me. What's important is that now you know you've got those memories inside of you. You're right.
At some point, somewhere in my heart, I began to doubt, to wonder if I had ever truly existed as a human. When I woke up at the Marduk Company, I had nothing. No memories, no body, no home. Nothing concrete. Nothing at all. As you know, this prosthetic body cannot fully replicate all of the human senses. And while it simulates them for me through various devices and technology, none of it ever quite felt real. But meeting Mirabelle and all of you has made me feel like I've finally been able to become me. And now I know that I truly existed. I have a past. Memories of people who cared about me.
Yep, even those memories came back because of your trauma. That's just further proof that you're you. Proof that you had to fight through your fear to claim. I'm happy for you, Rosette.
Thank you. But to be perfectly honest, I was terrified. Terrified that somehow my old memories would replace everything I had built here and now. But with you right there by my side, Mr. Arkwright, I was able to push through that fear.
I didn't do a thing. Besides, now that you know you've got a past, things are just getting started. When things settle down, you'll have to start looking for clues as to who you really are.
You're right. And I intend on asking Mirabelle and everyone else to help. That includes you, Mr. Arkwright.
Naturally. And so, the pair enjoyed their cocktails at Shino's bar. After meeting up with their friends, resumed work. I'm actually really glad I viewed that one. I have a couple theories that it could be. Like, she could definitely just be from, like... Because we knew that something with Hamilton where she was like, yes, this was a time where this wasn't destroyed. So, like, maybe it's an alternate dimension kind of thing. Maybe it was just like the water in Tharbad. Maybe she was just pulled from the future when those creatures would have existed and brought back here and then handed over to Marduk. Tons of different questions and honestly no answers. So, and from what I've heard about this game, just from reviews, this game doesn't give us a lot of answers. It just gives us a lot more questions. But either way, guys, with that, we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. The next episode, we'll go ahead and try to wrap up Van's Route number 5. I will see you guys then.